Most construction projects don't collapse overnight. They fail slowly, quietly, inside the CVR. The problem is that many contractors only realize a project is failing when the money is already gone. But the truth is this: a failing project always leaves warning signs. And if you know where to look in your CVR, you can spot them months before the damage is irreversible. I've worked in construction finance and project controls for years, and the same warning signals appear again and again. Today I'll show you the biggest CVR red flags that indicate a project is heading toward financial disaster. The CVR, Cost Value Reconciliation, is supposed to be the financial dashboard of a construction project. It tells you how much value has been earned, how much cost has been incurred, and whether the job is making or losing money. But in many companies, the CVR becomes a paperwork exercise. Numbers are adjusted, forecasts are optimistic, problems are delayed until the next month, and by the time the real picture appears, the profit has already disappeared. Understanding the early warning signs is the difference between a controlled project and a financial disaster. Imagine a contractor delivering a $2 million commercial refurbishment project. The tender estimate showed $200,000 profit. Everything looks fine during the first few months. But inside the CVR, subtle problems start appearing. Labor productivity is slightly worse than expected. Material costs creep up. Subcontract variations are not fully agreed. The forecast margin slowly drops from $200,000 to $160,000, then $120,000. But nobody panics. Everyone assumes it will recover. 6 months later, the final CVR shows the truth. The project doesn't make $200,000. It ends up losing $80,000. The warning signs were there the entire time. They just weren't recognized early enough. Here are the 5 biggest CVR warning signs that a project is in trouble. 1. Declining forecast profit. The first red flag is gradually falling margin. A healthy project should have a relatively stable profit forecast. If your CVR shows profit falling every month, that's a serious warning. It usually means the estimate was wrong, or costs are escalating faster than expected. Small drops may seem harmless, but consistent decline is often the first signal of a failing project. 2. Labor costs. Higher than planned labor is one of the biggest cost drivers in construction. If labor spend is running above the estimate, it usually means poor productivity, inefficient sequencing, or unexpected site challenges. When labor overruns start early in the project, they rarely improve later. Instead, they compound. A CVR that shows labor costs climbing month after month is a major warning sign. 3. Unagreed variations. Another major risk appears when variations exist but are not yet agreed with the client.
Some teams assume those variations will eventually be approved, but until they are formally agreed and valued, they are financial risk.
A project with large amounts of unagreed variations often creates an illusion of profitability that may never materialize. 4. Cost forecasts that never change. This one surprises many people. Sometimes the warning sign is no change at all. If the forecast cost never moves during the project, that often means the forecast is not realistic. Construction projects evolve constantly. Ground conditions change, designs evolve, material prices fluctuate. If the forecast remains identical every month, it usually means the CVR is not reflecting reality. 5. Late recognition of problems. The most dangerous CVR pattern is sudden profit collapse near the end of a project. This usually happens when problems are hidden early. Costs are delayed. Forecasts remain optimistic. Then when the job finishes, the true cost finally appears, and the profit disappears instantly. A strong CVR process identifies these problems early, not at the end. The most important thing to understand is this: projects rarely fail suddenly. They fail gradually, and the CVR tells that story long before the final account. If you monitor the right indicators, you can spot a failing project months in advance. That gives you time to renegotiate variations, improve productivity control, subcontract costs, and protect your margin. But if the warning signs are ignored, the outcome is almost inevitable. Profit slowly turns into loss, If you want to understand how construction projects really make or lose money, this channel is for you. On Surveyor, we break down the financial reality behind construction projects. CVR reports, cost control, contractor cash flow, and why projects succeed or fail. So if you work in construction and want to protect your project margins, subscribe to Surveyor and hit the notification bell. Because the difference between profit and loss is often hidden in the numbers.